Hi and welcome back to the Excel Hub. Today we're going to pull everything together from the series so far and help you build your very own personal budget dashboard. We'll combine cell formatting, formulas, conditional formatting, tables, and freeze panes to create a simple, dynamic budget tracker. And if you'd like to follow along, the practice workbook is linked in the description below. Let's start by entering our data, beginning from cell B2. Type the following: income, then type pre-tax salary, followed by tax, national insurance, after-tax salary, and finally total income after tax. Next, skip one cell and then set up your expenses section. So we type expenses as the title, followed by rent and utilities, food, gym, other expenses, and finally total expenses. And below that, skip another cell and then type net income, opening balance, and closing balance. Now, before we populate the numbers, let's add our months. Insert 2 rows above the income section. So we're going to select the row, and then you can click Control and the plus key to insert a row, and you can do this twice. Now, in the first cell for January, we'll type the 31st of the 1st, 2025. To generate the next month dynamically, type equals EO month, select the previous month, add a comma, and then type 1. Now, as you can see, the formatting is as a number. If we want to change it to a date format, we can click Control 1 and then select date. What we can then do is drag this formula across to generate all 12 months of the year automatically. And let's double click to make sure that this is indeed the final month, and as we can see, it is. You'll notice that some column contents don't fit. Let's fix that by selecting all columns, right-clicking, selecting column width, and then typing 15. Now, to create a clean, professional look, we can apply a dark blue fill with white font to the header row, and this gives us consistency across the dashboard. To do this, let's select the row, and there's a shortcut where you can use, which is to go to Cell Styles, and then we've got the option here already. Now let's add some key parameters above the months, and once again we can insert some rows like this, and these will help us highlight the current month later on. So in the first parameter, type current month, and then next to it we'll calculate it dynamically. And since the months in our table show the end of each month, we can use equals EO month, then today, followed by 0. And this gives the last day of the current month, which you can see as follows, is November. Next, let's highlight which month we're currently in. Select the row containing the months, go to conditional formatting, then select new rule, use a formula to determine which cells to format, and we will use the following formula. Here, as you can see, B4 is dynamic, and it should be B4 rather than B2. It moves across all months, while C2, which contains our current month, stays fixed using absolute references. So we can now type OK. And to change the formatting, what we can do is click Manage Rules select this rule, click Edit Rule, click Format, and then what we want to do is choose a light green fill together with a black font color. We can then click OK and Apply and OK. And as you can see, it automatically highlights November, which is the current month. Now let's add a few more parameters next to the current month. Let's firstly have the tax percentage. Let's then have the national insurance percentage. And then finally, let's have the rent and utilities percentage. And we can rename this to NI to make sure it fits accordingly. Now we'll add some of the parameters here. So we can set these to 30% as the tax, 5% as the national insurance rate, and let's say our rent and utilities are around 30% of our income. And we'll reference these later. Let's now move back to our table and let's assume a pre-tax salary of £4,000 per month. And we can change the formatting here to use a currency format by selecting currency. We can then drag this all the way to the right. We can then calculate the tax, and we already have the tax percentage in our parameters row, so we can use the pre-tax salary and then multiply this by the tax rate. And here we'll add absolute references to ensure that this cell remains static as we drag it across. We can then do something similar for the national insurance, this time multiplying it by 5%. And then the after-tax salary equals the pre-tax salary minus tax minus national insurance. And finally, the total income after tax equals the after-tax salary, since we have no other income sources here. For expenses, let's make the rents and utilities 30% of the pre-tax salary. So we take the pre-tax salary and then multiply it by the rent and utilities, once again adding absolute references. We'll set the food expense to around £350. And once again, we can add a currency format here. For the gym expense, we'll set this to £50. And for other expenses, let's make it variable using the rand between function. So we'll type equals rand between. And then we will say that we want a random value between 500 and 1000. We can then click enter. And because this function changes each time the sheet recalculates, we'll copy the row and paste it as values only to keep it fixed. So let's bring all of these values across. And let's then paste, or first copy and then paste just the values by clicking paste special and then selecting values. Now for the total expenses, this is the sum of all individual expenses. So we can type equals sum and then select the range above. The net income is the total income after tax minus the total expenses. We'll assume an opening balance of £10,000. The closing balance equals the opening balance plus the net income. And then the opening balance for each new month equals the closing balance from the previous month. We can then drag all the other rows across. Let's make it visually appealing. We're going to bold the key headers, which include the income, the total income after tax, the expenses, total expenses, and these three rows here. We can select all of them, and the way I select all of them simultaneously is by using the Control key, and you can then make them bold as follows. What we also want to do is we want to add bottom borders below key calculation rows, such as the totals, as well as the closing balance, to make it a bit easier to read. So here we can select the bottom border. The shortcut, if you like, is to select the row and then click Alt-H-B, and then bottom border, as you can see, is O. We can then do the same for the net income. So we'll select this row first, followed by the subsequent rows as well. Let's also indent the individual income and expense line items to make them easier to read. Let's select them, and then in the Home tab, you can select Indent over here. Now I've noticed that the column width means that certain cell contents are still hidden, so we can double click this part here as follows to ensure that everything is showing. Here, let's add a currency format. So once again, we can click Control 1 and then select number followed by currency. Let's also add data bars to the other expenses to make them a bit easier to visualize. We can select all of the cells. We can then go into conditional formatting, data bars, and select this option here. And this helps us to visualize spending variations across different months. At the bottom, let's calculate some key high-level statistics for the expense items. So in row 24, let's type the following headers: expense, total, average, highest, lowest, and finally count. And then we will start with rents and utilities. And let's use the respective functions. So we'll use equals sum for the total. We'll use average for the average. For the highest, we'll use max. For the lowest, let's use min. And for the counts, let's simply use the count function. What we can now do is we can convert this range into an Excel table so it automatically updates when new rows are added. So firstly, let's make this row bold. Let's then select all of the data, go into the Insert tab and select Table. As you can see, it has automatically applied a table. And now if we drag this down, as you can see, it automatically populates the other values correctly. If we want to focus on a specific category, for example, only rents and utilities, we can use the filter feature on our table to isolate that item. And then you can clear the filter if you want to show everything again. Now finally, a few finishing touches. Let's make the top row a bit more visually appealing. And to do this, we can select each cell. And we can then go back into cell styles. And let's use the following option. Now to distinguish the title from the parameter, let's make these cells white in terms of their fill. And let's make the font color black. Let's also align some of our values. So here, for example, let's make this center aligned. Let's do the same for all of the entries. And then finally, let's also remove the grid lines by going into the View tab and then unticking the grid lines option. A final touch to make things a bit more professional looking is we can select this row here. We can then go into Format Cells. We can click Custom, And instead of showing the date in this format, we can show it in the following format instead. It makes it look a little bit better. And then finally, what we can also do is we can use freeze panes in order to always see these column headings when we move across. So to do this, go into the View tab, select Freeze Panes, followed by Freeze Panes. And now when we drag across, this column remains visible. And there we have it, so complete personal budget dashboards built entirely with the skills we've learnt in this beginner series so far. We've used tables and formatting, we've used core formulas, we've also used date functions, absolute and relative references, as well as filtering, conditional formatting, and freeze panes. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Excel Hub for future Excel tutorials, techniques, and examples.